Hello there, welcome to Fridays at Noon. I'm Michael Chen, the executive producer and director for this talk show series. Fridays at Noon is a bi-weekly lunch and learn series that offers education on professional development topics to the University of Denver employees. For more information and to view past videos, please visit du.edu/HR and click on the People Development link. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the show.
And bring your lunch.
Oh, and bring your lunch.
Well, my name is Ken Pennock. I am the Director of People Development for the University of Denver in the Human Resources Department, and welcome to Fridays at Noon. This is our series that we meet different campus leaders and we talk about different timely topics related to development. And today I'm really pleased that we have Theresa Hernandez. She is the Associate Director of Library Operations and the University Multimedia Services Group. She, needless to say, wide breadth of responsibility, which we'll learn more about in a moment. But of note that we want to really explore today is she is also the president of the Staff Advisory Council, which is a very interesting organization, and she has been chosen and is acting as the new president. So we're really wanting to learn about SAC and about Theresa's background, and thank you for being with us today. We really appreciate it. I know you're busy. This is a very busy time of year. So with that though, Theresa, I know we've worked together, which I appreciate as a colleague and friend, and can you just give us a little bit of background about you? So how long you've been at DU?
Yes.
Or?
So I've been at the University of Denver for 12 years. I started out as the office assistant at the library and to the dean. I worked for the dean, and I still work for the dean.
Oh.
But she just retired, so I have an interim dean at the moment. So I was an executive assistant, then I was the manager of the library operations. I was budget officer for a while. And then I became the project manager for the Anderson Academic Commons, and that's when I was made an assistant director. And then following that whole completion of that project, I was made associate director, and then I took on multimedia services after that.
So you realize you're the embodiment of all that our vision and philosophy for people development is to, there are opportunities to work your way up through the organization, and you've done it.
Yes.
And so,
I'd also like to note that when I was hired at the University of Denver, I had no college background. And so I was a student all through all of that. And I got my undergrad, and now I'm in my master's. So, yeah, it can be done.
So yeah, it can be done. You are living proof.
Yes.
So then, now you're the president of the Staff Advisory Council, and it seems a very appropriate role for you because you have so many perspectives of the university, from our customer to a staff member to a director.
And a parent.
And a parent. Yes.
I have a student here now, too. Can I just keep adding?
Which we're chock full of parents this week, of all weeks as well.
I know.
Well, can you give us a little bit of background about the Staff Advisory Council, and we use the term SAC, kind of its purpose and its history and role?
So the role of, it was established in 1978, in September 13th of 1978, so we're coming up on our 37th year anniversary, which is wonderful. And it was established through the Vice Chancellor's Office for Business and Financial Affairs. So now we report under the Vice Chancellor for Human Resources.
Okay.
And that switch just happened, which I think is a really good switch, so we can work more with human resources, one-on-one with development of professional staff, of our interactions with all staff on campus. I think that it aligns really well, and I'm looking forward to this partnership for sure. So the role as president is to facilitate and make sure that issues that come to SAC get brought up the chain to the appropriate responsible parties, and vice versa, issues that are coming from higher administration coming back to the units. We do a lot of interaction with each other, making sure we get updates from the units at each meeting, and also that we give out information. So, for instance, there's the new strategic initiatives and strategic planning that has been going on at the university, and we're trying to figure out how we can be a part of that, and also how we can engage in the conversations and then give that information back to staff on campus.
What are, with that, what are, I mean, by the title of the organization, it clearly it has a representative function for staff. What are some of the issues or topics that have come up or are currently happening that where this council has a role or that they've gotten involved with?
So the staff compensation study right now that's going on, I sit on the advisory board for that. And again, we had Amy and the consultants come to the actual meeting last month and talk about what is actually going to happen, how staff input is needed, and how vital it is. We talk about all the shared services and the things that are happening at shared services. And I do believe that some of the issues that and some of the concerns people had probably helped bring to life shared services. You know, a lot of the issues that the staff were having, that the workflow and things that they needed to be centralized came up through SAC. And it was heard by senior administration, and it took a while, which a lot of these issues can't be solved overnight. We know that. But, you know, just having those places, that place and conversations to happen so that staff have a way to bring it to somebody other than sometimes their units, because there are many staff that are on the Staff Advisory Council that they might be only one or two in their department. I happen to come from a division that's very large, but some people they don't know where to bring some of these issues to, like workflow and hiring process, paperwork. We've also worked on there was an initiative that happened this year about custodial issues, and that was brought to our attention, and we made sure that that went then to senior administration. They've been working directly with facilities and custodial. So things like that that we've been working on. And then there's also really wonderful community building that we do. You know, the staff appreciation lunch this year, we had a dinner on top of it for the evening
That was the
staff.
First one, I believe.
Yep, and it was
dinner.
wonderful. So, you know, we always usually just did this during the day, and this year we added an evening event for the night staff, and we had over 150 people attend, which was wonderful. We're going to be at the Crimson Classic. We'll be partaking in the Chancellor's inauguration next week. There will be an event this fall to highlight staff awards as well as faculty awards, recognition for people who have achieved in their areas.
And am I correct? Is there a new award this year? What is that?
It's the Staff Innovator Award.
What is that about?
So
besides the innovator part?
Yes. There has been a lot of, we have an outstanding staff award, and we have an outstanding departmental award, and then the Crimson and Gold Award, that one has been there for a while, and that's for somebody who does things outside of their unit, not just within their unit. So it's going above and beyond with the community and external community. And so this year we decided to add another one. It's called the Innovator Award, Staff Innovator Award, and it's for somebody who's thinking outside the box. You know, working on initiatives and trying to engage community in a way that maybe we hadn't thought about before. A lot of technology happens, and we're noticing that a lot of people that have been put forward for this award have a technology component to it. But, you know, trying to connect people like we are right now, right? When you can't leave your desk all the time and you could still watch something like this. How do we engage the community, locally and globally? Students who are sick and they need to get to class and they can't, can they connect and see the class going on? Things like that. So I think it's a fun award, a new one, and we have awesome people doing some great things on campus.
Seems very consistent with the Chancellor's focus on innovation and change.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned it sounds as though the council really provides staff an avenue for bringing concerns forward or issues forward about custodial, for example, and communicating, involving you heavily with the compensation study. But still, it's not completely separate from the faculty. So there's still, you interact. We're one community. How do the two groups interact in terms of the Faculty Senate, which is the official faculty kind of governing board, if you will, and then the Staff Advisory Council, because there is interchange and interaction.
So we don't meet together, but we serve on committees together, and we disseminate information back and forth. So right now the president is Art Jones, the Faculty Senate president, and we interact with Art. He's on our listservs. He gets information from us, and we try to make sure that issues pertaining to faculty especially are shared, that we hear, and vice versa. I think one of my goals this year is to engage the two groups together a lot stronger. So the SAC group has an executive committee. It's made up of the president, vice president, the treasurer, webmaster, and 2 secretaries. Seeing if our executive committee could meet with the Faculty Senate executive group and see if we could start meeting regularly. I think there are very different issues that come up between the two groups. The Faculty Senate has, it's a governing board from what I can tell that has to do with also like, tenure documents, and it's really about their contract and promotion and tenure, and that's where we differ. Most of the stuff that relates to staff promotion or any of that contract and employment comes through you, right? So we would work with you on that. So that's where we do differ. But I think what we're all coming together for is about uniting the community. This big 1DU that we're really trying to push and make it a real feel for community.
Well, and I probably where you excel, knowing you, do you see, the role of the president? Do you have any particular goals for that as you kind of look down the road?
One of my goals is to make this group, while it does hear issues and we talk about some hard issues that sometimes people don't want to talk about, making this a place you want to be, making this a group that you feel when you walk away you've gotten something out of this, a professional development as well. Talking to some past individuals who are representatives, and some units they don't even know who their rep is. We need to be out there. People need to know who their representative is, to know that this is something that is fun as well, right? And uniting community, building on each other. The other thing is this title of president. It's scary. It wasn't one I really liked. I like co-chair maybe,
boss person, something.
And so the first thing I've asked everybody is this isn't about me, this isn't my agenda, this is our agenda. And what is our agenda? So we're really, I'm only 2 months into this, taking a look at what do we want this to be? How do we want to do this collaboratively? It shouldn't fall on one person. And I think sometimes when you have organizations or groups like this, people shy away from taking a leadership role because they feel that it's going to be time constraints and too much from them, that from their time. And I'm trying to make this manageable so that's not all on one person. And that's important to me, making this more of a collaborative and fun environment, and at the same time we're going to have to address some hard issues.
Well, how do people find out more about SAC or get involved? What is a typical time commitment? As I've asked you 3 questions in one.
That's fine. So the SAC reps who are actually, I believe most of them are voted on or nominated within their division or department. They serve a 2-year term. And then we do have monthly meetings. They're over the lunch hour, 11:30 to 1, the second Wednesday of each month.
Okay.
It is open to the community. Yesterday we had a few people just come. They're not reps. They just wanted to come to the meeting.
So you don't have to be a rep if you want to sit in a meeting to
And we're going to try to get that out more. I think that's one of the things we want to PR is that you don't have to be a representative. The other thing is you can volunteer for some of the events that we put on, but you don't have to be a SAC rep to be on the committee. So, for instance, we had 1 or 2 individuals that were on the staff lunch and dinner committee that aren't SAC reps, but they wanted to be involved.
Oh, okay.
And so we'll be sending that out more through DU Digest. I'm trying to use that also as our way of communicating. We have a website. We're on the DU website. And also it's staff.advisory@du.edu, and that's our email.
Okay.
And people can get us there too.
And so it sounds like it's a very manageable time commitment.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can engage as much or really as little as you want.
Right.
But
And some of the events are, we have anything from a coat drive to the Easter egg hunt.
The famed Easter egg hunt.
It's the egg
Yep,
hunt. I
the
shouldn't
egg hunt.
call it the Easter egg hunt,
The
but
egg
it's
hunt,
an egg
right,
hunt.
right.
And we turn that into Spring Fest. There's also town hall committee. So if someone's interested in a topic, I know there's a child care task force that's working with HR and just different things that come up during the year, different topics, and sometimes we have little ad hoc committees, and that's the fun of it. It could be something large commitment, or it doesn't have to be. And I think what I'm finding is people are coming there to meet other people on campus, get to know other individuals. So this year we've always brought in senior administrators, people to talk about the budget, people to talk about all different parts of the university. We're thinking of pulling from within and asking all the reps to start talking about what they do in their areas.
Oh, nice.
Because this way we really can get to know each other.
And we want to break down the silos that
Yeah.
we often hear where we feel so disparate from each other around campus.
Yeah.
And so, well, I mean, I can't imagine a better president in terms of bridge building.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate your time. Is there anything else you would like to share about the Staff Advisory Council, or?
Just that please join, please contact me or any one of the reps in your area. Please get involved. We will be, like I said, using the DU Digest. And I just want to thank Ken and Michael and Amy from HR for giving us so much support and asking me to do this. I really appreciate that we have this time to get this out there.
Well, thank you, Theresa Hernandez. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Staff Advisory Council President, and a really big title with responsibility over all library operations, which we also very much appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, but you guys were so casual. And
We are
I'm
casual.
Oh, okay, and I'm like, is it like that one? Those that I'm. Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Just making sure I'm watching the right video.
Yeah, they're all
Okay.
casual.
Yeah.
And we'll tweet it out. So
Or tweeting.
I want to be sure that your title still is, and I heard it this morning at the campus thing, but
That long title.
yeah, Associate Director for Library Operations.
Mm-hmm.
But that really oversees all of Academic Commons as well. Okay. Can you flatten my face? All right, good.
How are you?
Tell me when or what.
It's been rolling.
Oh, thanks.
I need clips for bloopers.
All of it.
Oh, okay, okay.
He's gotten all of our,
All right.
There will be bloopers.
our outtakes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.